Hey, what's up, guys? We are here in sunny New York City at the GT product launch for the 2017 product line, and today I'm gonna show you my bike, my pride and joy. So, first of all, this frame is a GT Globetrotter. Worked on it a lot over the last year, just getting everything right and going through prototypes and things like that. Oh, thanks. See, they like it. Everyone likes it. So I'll start out with the front of the bike. One thing I'm really excited about, and this is such a small detail, but it's really personal to me, is my first BMX bike I got when I was 12 years old in Neenah, Wisconsin, which is my hometown originally. And Neenah, Wisconsin is famous for making sewer caps at the Neenah Foundry. So the Neenah, Wisconsin sewer caps can be found all over the globe, and I kind of just stumble upon them when I'm traveling all over the world. And it's always kind of like a reminder of home. And they also have these same sewer caps in Chicago. So it's not only a fixture of Neenah, Wisconsin, my hometown, a fixture of Chicago, my current city, but also just a fixture of the streets, which is, you know, where I love to ride my bike. So it's kind of a blend of all those. We took kind of the classic GT logo and went with that. There's also the graphics on the bottom are inspired by the Chicago CTA, so like the train line that goes through the city. Also the we got the crosswalk here and the sign here. My signature seat has embossed a map of the elevated train as well in Chicago, so it's kind of just a nice touch. The seat is perfect size, and it has a little bit of padding too, so when things don't quite go your way, it's one of those good options. Starting again with the front of the bike, I have the GT 4-piece, which are a new rendition of the classic 4-piece bar that GT made back in the day. These are just a little bit over 9-inch rise, so they feel perfect. They have these new GT grips, which are really soft and just really grippy too. They're perfect for a hot, sunny summer day like this because your hands sweat like crazy. Odyssey bar ends. I also have Odyssey forks, Primo wheels. I have the N4FL in the front with the plastic hub guards and plastic pegs, the 4.5 Primo pegs. The 4.5-inch pegs, I think, are always a nice little option to give you that extra little bit to grind on. But I'm not completely sold on plastic pegs all the time. I still keep steel pegs with me because I still think when you're riding like a nice perfect steel rail, like nothing feels better than a steel peg. So plastic pegs are obviously good for like marble and places where there might be skaters and you want to preserve the ledges and stuff like that. But I kind of switch back and forth between the two. So at any given times I might have 8 pegs on me, which is a little excessive, but you know, you got to have the options. Use the right tool for the right job is kind of my mantra for that. Moving to the middle of the bike, there's
do you want to talk about your stem at all?
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, I mentioned it real quick, but the Odyssey elevated stem. What the fuck? I'm a fucking idiot. The GT elevated stem. I keep seeing the Odyssey fork. GT elevated stem. So basically, we developed the stem kind of based on like the classic top load look. But we have some cutouts to save some space, but it's a few millimeters taller than your average stem out there. Also named after the elevated trains in Chicago. The stem turned out great. It has like a lot of space here, so it's not going to like clamp together and kind of get squished on you like that happens sometimes with stems. The bolts are strong, everything's good, so it's a nice stem, especially if you like your bars a little bit higher like I do. It's just absolutely perfect. Odyssey headset. I have animal seat post, the pivotal. Again, I mentioned my signature GT seat. Super pumped on that. Moving down to the drivetrain, I have Odyssey Dugan sprocket, 25 tooth. I got 170 cranks, the Odyssey cranks, and then I have the GT platform plastic pedals. These are awesome. When I first saw them, I wasn't sure how they were going to grip, and once I started riding them, it's like the absolute perfect balance between the grippiness, but then also you know, your feet can kind of shift around too when you're doing stuff. You don't get like completely locked in on there. So I'm really happy with those, how those turned out. Also, they don't break very easily, so that's nice too. Sometimes plastic pedals, when you land wrong, they can just shatter to pieces. Moving to the back, we have a Primo free coaster hub, the free mix with the plastic hub guards. Really like the hub guard system on these. We also have the Primo pegs, 4.5, just like the front. We also have the GT pool tires on the front and rear, which these tires actually, like, the gray ones are some of my favorite, but they come in like a really cool chocolate color that are on some of my completes as well. And we have a black color too, which have like a color changing, basically a color changing mechanism built into them. So they're a black layer of rubber with a yellow layer underneath. So as you like skid or grind or like, you know, whatever your tire hits, these little hints of yellow will show through. So it's kind of cool. As they wear, they kind of have like a new character, and they're soft, they're chirpy, but they're not like you know, they're not super you know, tires can be like a little bit too foldable or like, you know, weak. They're definitely strong, and I haven't gotten a lot of flats, so that's always a plus. It definitely helps when you're riding through glass and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, just a nice tire with, you know, the perfect width and just a really good tread for ramp, street, whatever you want to ride. So that is my bike. In general, it's just set up, you know, pretty standard. Like I don't have anything super crazy modifications. I do cut my bars down. They come stock 29 and I cut them down to about 27. So I cut about an inch off each side, and they're you know, they still feel really good. They don't feel like you know, like they're too big, too small. Like I said, the rise is just over 9 inches, so it's not super crazy, but it's not low either. Yeah, it's just overall smooth, hyped on how it came out. This color is incredible, especially out here in the sun. It just really shows the detail and the color there, and yeah, just really stoked on how it keeps it rolling. That's it.
I want to say thanks to your sponsors.
Yes, thank you to GT for all of this. Thanks to Primo and Odyssey for the hookups on the parts. Thank you to Vans for the shoes and all the clothes. These are the Vans Old School Pros right here, with the waffle sole in the bottom, obviously, which are amazing on these pedals. Definitely the best soles for BMX, I think. Yeah, just thanks to everyone I ride with at home. You guys rule, and yeah, thanks to everyone watching this. Thanks for joining us. Take care. Have a good weekend.